sitting in this room not too long ago. Actually, I will say 10 because I've given this talk off a lot. And so if you were sitting here 10 years ago, most of the people in this room would not have cell phones. And if you needed to go call somebody, you would have to either go find a payphone, you got to get up, you got to go somewhere, you have to do something. The amount of time that it took for you to do that is now extended. You can do things, and it's not just making a cell phone call. Everything is quick. Right now, many of you with the same phone can get on the internet, buy some flowers, and have the flowers delivered in the time it's going to take me to go through this long talk I have. What the point is that time has been compressed. Things happen a lot quicker now. There's also a lot more competition. Just 10 years ago in 1998, China was still a communist country, a real communist country. Not too long before then, you had the students standing up in front of tanks in Tiananmen Square. Now, the Chinese, maybe a different color, but the Chinese look just like us. They have cell phones too. They're participating in this economic development too. They're capitalists now. And the world changed when he put a billion more capitalists, 1.3 billion more capitalists in the economic system. That will change the world. There are only about 6 billion people in the planet. And 1.3 billion of them in the year 2000 decided that they were going to participate in the same economic framework that we exist in. And you think that that's not going to be a difference? Oh, we got competitors now. You see the Olympic ceremony? The other thing is that time has actually changed in terms of how we operate and in terms of how we see and feel one another. I guarantee you, 10 years ago at this time, no one would say that the best candidate on the ticket is an African-American candidate. That the best candidate on either party, the one with the best ideas, the one with the best plan for America, the one who's most likely to bring about relationships and build connections with other countries across the world. I'm not saying he's going to be elected, but the point is that time has changed that equation. 10 years ago, just 10 years ago, you could not tell me that an adult would look at their kid, an African-American mama would look at her kid and say, son, now they may have said, son, you could be president. But now you can say, son, you can be president. And it's really true. You can be president. So the reality has changed. And so when you put all of that together, and you all are sitting here, what does that mean? And the last piece is that our environment and everything around us has changed. Our economic system now, more people participating in it, is different, but that economic system now has many more trials and pitfalls, right? I gave this talk to this group in 2005 last. And in 2005, I'm going to read you some of the things here that I said, and we're going to talk about what happened after it. In 2005, I told the group of students then that they needed to be aware and needed to prepare themselves for 3 factors. Let me tell you what they were. The first one, and I'm reading right from those notes, number 1, energy. The problem of world conventional oil production is unlike any ever faced by a modern industrial society. We will have oil impacts in our country. This is 2005. Number 2, according to geologists, this is 2005. According to geologists and others, greenhouse gas emissions have contributed to unprecedented global warming already, and evidence back down to about $80 or so, and people think everything is okay. They'll go back out and buy and start driving SUVs and get like crazy, and the stock will dip, and things will go back up again. You know, and outside of that fact, we got more and more Chinese, Indians, and Arabs now participating in the economic environment. You know that the Iraqis run most of their cars on, the Iranians run most of their cars now on natural gas. You know they don't use oil and they don't use gasoline in their own cars. You know why? Because they can sell it to us for $100 a barrel, so why burn it in their own cars? This is the kind of environment that we're moving in. This will continue. Number two. And I hate to make these predictions, but one of the reasons why we have a 91% retention rate is because we're not afraid to tell you the truth. You got to know what that truth is. You got to know what you're up against. You got to know what you're going to be dealing with so that when you leave from here, right, you are properly equipped. So we're going to see continual erosion in the value of the dollar. And that erosion will continue. And at some point, you'll start to see the negative effects of that, which will mean higher inflation here in this country. These are things that are going to happen. You know, how do we know they're going to happen? Well, because of the decisions that are being made now, we can run models and predict these outcomes. And those outcomes, you know, they're pretty true to form. If you print more money, think about it. If I give you more money, what are you going to do? Spend more, right? And so whenever the government gives a company a bailout or gives an organization stuff or bails out homeowners, whenever they have to make more money to do that. They have to increase currency flow, and that puts out more dollars. Those dollars eventually come back and buy goods and services, which causes what? The basic laws of supply and demand, right? You got more money chasing fewer goods, the price of those goods will increase. These are the kind of things that you will see, and they will happen. This is not going to be 20 years out. They're going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years during the time that you hear from your students. So, in that context, what are we to do? What are we to do here? I got 7 keys, and I'm going to go through them pretty quickly because they're important. I do believe that there are solutions. There's always solutions to problems. And then outside of that, I believe